Hello and welcome to the YBMB show. Today's Wednesday, so we're talking about mindset. But those of you who follow will know that we do this 3 times a week live. And Mondays we talk about body, Wednesdays we talk about mindset, and Fridays we talk about business. And today I wanted to continue the theme of springing into action. So as you will obviously see, we're linking this very much into the season, and we run YBMB in seasons. But I want to address something which really holds people back, and that is a lack of consistency. And people are really, very kind about the results that we get for people on YBMB. That, those of you who are listening, who follow me on Instagram, etc., you say lovely things about me and my fitness, and well done. People are so lovely on Instagram, and I really appreciate it, and I do try to do it back as well, because it means a lot. But everybody's so complimentary and says, wow, you're so fit and you do loads of stuff and all of that. And I want you to get down to the some of the real tangible things that you can implement to get whatever it is you want. And if it is that you actually, people say they wish they were fitter, they'd love to have a six-pack, they wish they, could change jobs or change business or create a new business. I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can. There's nothing different or special about me or anybody who comes on YBMB. There really isn't. It's just about somehow managing to get the right mindset and to stay consistent. So I'm going to give you some tips and my thoughts on how you do that. I've got 10 in fact, and what I'm going to try to do as well, this is live, although obviously you may be listening to this back, but at 12:30 we've got the budget, haven't we, announcement, so I'll be just as keen as everybody else to hear what he's got to say. So I'll finish this in the next half an hour by 12:30, but I've got 10 things to tell you. So the first thing is, doesn't really matter what has happened up until this point. It really makes no difference if you're sitting there now thinking there's no way that I could, I wish I was fit, but it's too late for me, or I wish I could get promoted, but I can't, I should have done this, that and the other, or I wish I could do something about my business, it's failing, or whatever it is. We've got time, you have got time to really radically change. I'm not saying this to be cheesy, to really radically change things for yourself in whatever area you want to before lockdown finishes. So why not take, we've all seen those memes about how people are going to come out and look great and have started businesses and all the rest of it. You can still do that. Anyone can still do that. But the first thing is to be really clear on, it doesn't matter what's happened. Today's today. What is it that you actually want? And you need to write that down rather than thinking about it. You need to get a journal, get a nice book that you like, and start just brain dumping. What is it that you really want? What do you really want? And be as specific as possible. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. Say how much weight. Don't just say, I want a new job. Say what job and when. Don't just say, I'd love if I were my own boss. Say in what area, in what type of business. So be specific about what you want. When I say to people, how would you like your day to be? And they tell me, and I say, well, just make it like that tomorrow. It's so simple, but you've got to write down what you want. That's the first thing. Easier said than done. So therefore, don't overthink it. Just brain dump it. Look at it every day, keep tweaking it, and you will get closer and closer and closer to defining what you want. And that's the first step. Now, the second one, though, is really important here. Lack of expectation. Nobody owes you or me anything. So don't have any expectation. When I talk to people about, why they haven't achieved what they want, in fact, I don't actually ask them that. They sort of volunteer it. It's nearly always because they expected this, that, or the other to happen. They had lots of other responsibilities that they had to sort of address, and so they found themselves taking a back seat, etc. You can't have any expectation of anybody bringing you what you want. In business, in life in general, it's lovely when people do look out for you. It's lovely when opportunities just turn up. But these are few and far between. And in terms of sort of having very close friendships and people that really care about you, most of us, we know loads and loads of people and have wide networks of people we really like. In terms of sort of immediate people around you that are going to really help you and have a vested interest in you achieving, it's only a very small percentage, a very small number, usually your loved ones. And even they very often can't get you what you want. You can only get it for yourself. So you have to, we come into this world on our own, don't we? We leave this world on our own. we know the entirety of our life and exactly what we want and what goes on in our life and all of our interactions with different people. You can't have any expectations of anybody. So decide that you are not only what you want, but that you're going to get it for yourself, regardless of anything else. And that doesn't mean to say you have to be selfish of other people, but you do have to be a bit blinkered, and drop your expectation. He didn't do this, she didn't do that, they stopped me doing this. It's just pointless. So no expectations. Leading on from that, number 3 is ban yourself from complaining. So often we resort, this is our brain resorting to sort of negativity. And I've explained this before, that we have this primitive part of our brain, which is seeking out bad news and bad events. And why is it seeking that out? Well, from a primitive perspective, it's the amygdala, and it was there to be extra aware of via our eyes and via our, all of our senses, if there is anything dangerous. So we take a lot more notice of bad than good. And what that means nowadays is that we vocalize it. We complain about it. I can't believe this has happened. Oh, isn't it awful that that's happened? This, I couldn't do that because of this. It's like we're so good at explaining why we can't do something. So see if you can maybe ban yourself from speaking like that every time. And it'd be amazing, actually, once you start to think about it, be more aware, how many times you drop into negativity, or you notice it in other people. I mean, I really, really do notice it in other people as well. And I suppose I've trained myself to not complain, to not talk about what can't be done and why it can't be done, to focus instead on what can be done and how things can be done. And in fact, one of my primary questions, and that's a subject, something, another subject really, is what questions are you asking yourself the whole time? Because if you ask yourself all the time, why did this not happen? Why can't that be better? Your brain will be very obliging and give you the answer. If, however, you ask yourself, how can I move this forward? It will also be very obliging and give you the answer. So not complaining is a really great step forward for consistency. So if something doesn't go the way you want, just move on. Okay, that's not quite worked. What else can I do? Okay, I've been let down here. Either I can dwell on it or I move forward. I found in this, okay, well, what have I learned? So stop complaining. No one wants to hear it either. It's just so boring to sort of sit and listen to constant negativity when you're trying to move yourself forward. So ban yourself complaining, be aware of everybody else, try and change the subject. If you're in a group, I'm not saying you tell people to stop complaining, but if you're in a group situation and you're hearing negativity, change the subject to something more positive, and see how it goes, and you will see how it lifts a group as well, and then the conversations are so much more rewarding for everybody. So stop complaining. That's number 3. Number 4, and I've just jotted these down as they occur to me. So there are many others. This is not the encyclopedia of consistency and moving forward, but it is some key ones. What you can control, that's what you can focus on. So when people are thinking about starting their fitness journey, well, what can they control? I often hear, well, I have no equipment, I don't have any time, I've got young children, they won't let me do it, I don't know how to train, I can't eat different food from everybody else, I've lost my job, I haven't got that much money now, so I can't this and I can't that. So don't focus on what you can't do, focus on what you can do. So everybody, whether you've got equipment or not, can start to learn how to train. You can pick up anything which has got a piece of weight. I'm just looking for a book or something, a book, a bottle of water, a can of beans, that's got a bit of weight in it. You can start to train with that. You can go for a walk. You can do your 10,000 steps. People say that, well, I don't have an Apple Watch. I don't have an iPhone. Okay, so every 10 minutes is about 1,000 steps. Do it that way. So you can go for a walk or several walks. In terms of what you choose to eat, no one is putting the food into your mouth. So you can make a choice now as to the things that you are going to eat more of. So rather than focusing on what you can't have, focus on what you can have and start to decide that you're going to eat more of healthy foods, for example, less processed food, and swap it out for more fruits and vegetables and things like that. So drink more water. So focusing on what you can control, getting onto the career and the business side, take a good, long, hard look at your finances. Get a grip of it. It is what it is. So don't think about what it could have been. We've been picked up off one planet, and effectively through the pandemic, everything has changed. I was just having a look at, thinking about what I was going to say this morning. I was just having a look back at videos from a year ago, and looking at videos of where we were just sort of preparing training. We started to train online. I gave a live workout to quite a global audience. I've never done it before, and I was training with Annabelle and with Harry, and we were sort of working out how to best portray some sort of training over online. And it was, it's unbelievable to think the progress that we've made in a period of a year, and what's the new normal now, as I was saying. So thinking about what you can control is absolutely critical. You can make things happen. Who would have thought that everything could be, the majority of the work, unless it's very hands-on, in our country now can be done online, and that we're all getting, people are so busy and they're doing so much work that even the construction industry is thriving at this point in time. So think about what you can do. Like I said, take a good, long, hard look at your finances. Everybody has adjusted their spending, I believe, because we're not going out and about. Stick to that plan. Write it down. Write down what the plan is. Look at what you need your income to be, and then work out the way that you could achieve that, either if it's a new job, 2 new jobs, a new business on the side, whatever it is, and then start taking the steps towards it. I'm going to tell you about YBMB later on. Obviously, this is one way that we can really help you to improve your career and improve your business. Just in the last season, if you've looked at my content, you will see not only have people got so much stronger, but they've got new jobs that they never thought they could get. They've got, and there are things that we tell them, ways to do it, that will make this happen for them really, really quicker. They've been trying to do this for years, and suddenly we get it done for them in 3 months. So look at what you can control. Number 5, people you spend time with. If you think about it, you want to be fit, you've got to start listening and spending time with fit people, whether in person, obviously at the moment we're restricted, or online, listening to content from those types of people. You want to be in a particular business sector, start spending time with people in that sector. Join groups on LinkedIn, join Facebook groups, and start engaging with people that are embodying what it is that you want to be and what it is you want to achieve. If you spend time with people who are not fit, who don't really want to work out, who don't want to go for walks, who want to sit in front of the TV, who want to eat, processed food, and who just basically want to complain the whole time, then it rubs off, unfortunately. It really does. If, however, you spend time with people, whether that is online, virtually, or, sort of face-to-face later on when we're allowed to, then what you'll find is it rubs off, and everybody moves in the same direction. So got to pick who you spend your time with and who you listen to. And this applies to media as well. The media that you consume, the things that you're reading, be very, very mindful. By all means, watch the news. We're going to watch the budget in a minute. But be ready for it. Look at it objectively. Don't just be a sponge, just allowing bad news to keep coming in, and just, protect your mind. As Tony Robbins says, what does he say? Keep the weeds out of your garden, be the gardener of your mind, and protect what goes into it. So spend time with people, either virtually or face-to-face, that embody the sort of person that you want to become, and the people that you admire. Now, number 6, get yourself a schedule. Some of you may have seen my content right at the beginning of lockdown. One of the very first things I did was I put up a schedule. This is what time I'm going to get up. This is what I'm going to try and do in the morning. This is what how I'm going to spend my day. And so many, when I was asking some of the YBMB individuals, some of our alumni and people that are, progressed through the different levels on YBMB, I asked them what's been the secret to their success. And a number of them said about a schedule. And I remember one particular lady say, going back to what I said right at the beginning of this session, she said, I just wish that I had more time for myself. And I said, well, how would you like your day to be? And we went through it in detail and she started to talk about it. And I said, well, so why don't we just make your day like that then from tomorrow? So let's put together a really, a detailed schedule. I've done that with lots of people on YBMB, by the way. I always do a one-to-one at the beginning and I help people with their schedule. And suddenly they realize they have an incredible amount of time and they can do the things. This lady has gone from never having been to the gym to working out now 4 or 5 times a week. She goes to college. She started a particular course. She got a new dog. She's always walking the dog. There's loads of things that she's doing now. And it's because she realized she did have the time. So get yourself a schedule. Another reason for having a schedule as well is you then don't have to think too much. You can just do it and go through the motions. And there are days where we don't feel like it. And those are the days that are particularly difficult and you've got to push through by some, the longer you do something, the longer you follow a schedule, the more ingrained it becomes as a habit. And the very first part of that, I would say, is get up at the same time every morning. So set your alarm, and regardless of, whether you have a meeting or whether you don't, or whether you have to be up or not up, set it every single morning at the same time and get up. One of the things that I love doing as well is getting up and doing a bit of exercise straight away because it just, it wakes me up properly. But get up at the same time, follow a schedule. And then on the days that you don't feel like it, hopefully some of these habits are now ingrained. So that's another really important tip. Number 8 is having some non-negotiable things in your schedule every day. And I would suggest that they are meal times, break times, and workout times. So make sure, and especially if you're not traveling and you're at home at the moment, now's the time to do it. Put your workout times and put your exercise times and your walking times and your self-care times, basically your eating times, in that diary as if they were meetings that you could not miss. I'm not advocating that you put them in, at sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock when probably the business day is up and running. But I'm saying, always put them in maybe first thing in the morning or at lunchtime or at, just prior to tea time or dinner time or whatever, so that you always make sure that some of these things are non-negotiable. Otherwise, what happens is, you get to Thursday, Friday, and you've done your workouts, you've not had your meal times, you've not done your steps, and it becomes less and less likely you're going to achieve it in the week. So having some non-negotiables is really important. It's worked like clockwork for some of the people on YBMB. It really has. Number 9, in relation to that, is move your body. Just even if it is only walking, make sure that you do move your body. People have done all sorts of things. I was talking to a lady from Ukraine just the other day, and she does, 200 burpees in the morning. I know someone else who jumps out of bed and just does 25 or 50 press ups, I think it is, immediately. I like doing the 7-minute workout the minute I get up. Other people, they'll take their dog straight out for a walk. Whatever it is, move your body. And periodically during the day, just jump up. So after you've had, a meeting like this, just jump up for 5 or 10 minutes. I could be doing this now, and I could be doing this, I basically could be doing steps like this, having a meeting with you. And in fact, I should have done that really just to demonstrate how easy it would be, and in this period of time, talking to you, I literally could do 3,000 steps. So, it's all doable. You could be doing that. And, and you can see that I'm talking quite normally, it's like you can't do it. And these are steps. This is better. This is still expending energy and it's still moving your body. And as you can see, I can sort of have a decent conversation. I'm not killing myself, but, it's about sort of taking the opportunities to get your steps when you can and moving your body. And some people love running. There's someone in my team, and he says he couldn't start the day without doing a run. It's basically gives him incredible energy, positive mindset, and everything like that. And so that's a non-negotiable part of his day. So pick yours. And then number 10 is basically taking action, no matter how tiny it is. I've just shown you one of the things that you could do, which is, 5 minutes of that. Put one song on that you really like and do that for 3 minutes. Just take some action, whether it is, you're going to start some healthy eating and you're just maybe going to start with having a green juice, or maybe, you want to start now reading and learning. So, you read if you've got a Kindle or a book, you just read like 2 pages or something. You don't have to have these massive morning routines, but start something small and then always do it. So commit to yourself that, from today, I'm always going to have breakfast, let's say, or from today, I'm always going to get up at a set time, so let's say at the moment your current getting up time is 7 o'clock and you want it to be earlier. So let's say right from tomorrow, you always get up at 6:45. Once you're used to that, bring it forward, to 6:30. So whatever it is, one tiny little action will lead to, a big, big step change. Now, all of this is totally within your control. I've said 10 key things there that there's no reason why anyone can't do these. We can all do them. And what it means is that you will get, let's take it right back to the beginning. It means that you will get what you want. I'm not sitting here preaching, saying you should do this and you should do that and you should eat this and, move your body and all of that. I'm saying if you want a particular thing, this is how to get it. Anyone can get it. But the final most important point, I think, is about having accountability, because much as I say you're in control, you can stay blinkered, you can, do all these things yourself. It is so much easier when you have accountability. And what I mean by that is when you have people around you who are trying to do the same thing, who understand, what the difficulties are in your particular circumstance and can help coach you through. Because much as I say, don't complain, it's very easy to complain. It's very easy to default back to type, isn't it? And, we're constantly all being challenged with difficulties. And when we do, you think, oh, for goodness sake, something else now. I'm obviously human and I definitely feel that as well. So at those times you want to have accountability, because you can spend time with people that you really admire virtually, but that could maybe mean that you are consuming content and it's not a two-way street. So this is one of the key things that we offer at YBMB. It is this accountability group. So what we do is, if you sign up, and particularly we're starting the spring season now, if you sign up this week, people have had phenomenal changes. And this is really very low cost. The sort of information that I'm giving you here would change your life. And I'm not just giving you the information, we're holding you accountable as well. So when you sign up, you have a one-to-one with me. I start to understand exactly what your journey's been up until now. You then have 13 coaching calls with me and my team and the rest of the group. Now, the rest of the group are all on the same page as you. They all want the same thing. In addition to that, we allocate your YBMB coach. So every week you have a one-to-one half hour with them as well, where they're checking in with you about your diet, about your exercise, about your business, all the things that you've said that you want to achieve. So they're holding you accountable and they're helping you through and they're coaching you through. On top of that, twice a day, we're doing live workouts. So in the morning and in the afternoon. So you've got two chances, if these are your non-negotiables, to think, oh, right, YBMB are running at 1 o'clock a live session, I must jump on. And it makes you more likely to do it than if you've just got it in your diary thinking you'll do it at 1, and before you know it, it's 1:10 and now you've decided not to. So we make you accountable with that. We have relaxation and show you, we've got like meditation stuff that goes on in the at the end of Sunday. We do energy healing meditation with a real expert there, and we have to bring a yoga expert in on a Sunday to wind the week down. We have different business experts to inspire you. So for example, we just implemented a weekly business roundup. Someone on our program is very, very well read in terms of what's going on in the financial world, and so he takes all of this material in and he assimilates it and he gives it to us once a week. And there are lots of other business ideas to inspire you as well, if you just know you want to be your own boss but you're not quite sure in what. So I know that this program that we've created here will massively enhance your life. It will get you what you want, it will help you pick what you want, and it will help you keep what you want. So I would love you to join. Like I say, it's the beginning of the spring season, and if you want to, then please click on the link there, and you'll get to have a one-to-one with me to kick everything off. But remember what I just said about these top 10. It's all within your control. You can start right now. You can spring into action. It's still the beginning of spring, 2nd of March. And you can really have a radical transformation in whatever area you want before lockdown opens up. And you can then look back at this period actually full of positivity. And that's what I'd love for you. So with that, thanks very much for listening. And I really enjoy talking to you, and see